Perfect. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our dark moon in Capricorn. And it is at 1 degree. So it just like barely made it into Capricorn. However, there is something about that one, and I'll talk about that a little tiny bit more as we go along. So in this space, we're going to open the circle. We're going to chat a minute about Vision Quest, where we're at with it and what's happening. And then we'll go into the training around what's going on with the moon and the stars. And, moon and stars align. People always used to joke and say that. And we're like, yeah, we do need to know that. So we're going to talk about that. And then for those of you who are new, we stop the recording and then I restart it for our alignment, because the alignments can be used again and again and again. And that way you have it as an individual recording. So that's how the day will play. So coming here now, let's begin to bring ourselves back into our bodies, calling our energy back. Nice deep breaths in and out. If you're like me, I enjoy sighing it out. Feeling your feet flat on the floor, beginning to ground into Mother Earth. Feeling yourself. My hips actually begin to feel very heavy in the seat as I'm beginning to ground. It feels very solid. You might notice that as well. On another nice deep breath in, I invite you to bring your hands into prayer pose. And on the next breath, in and out, allow your fingers to fall forward and spread them apart, imagining that you're parting a curtain with your hands. Spread them out as far as is comfortable for you and hold them there for just a moment. Feel into and notice that the energy of the past is out past your left hand. The energy of the future and all the stuff that's calling you is out past your right hand. And we're just for these few moments going to surrender all of that to source energy to be tended to. We don't have to think about it at all. And here in between our hands, we've created this beautiful space of present moment. And just feeling into that. And on another breath, you can bring your hands back into prayer pose. Feeling this moment of presence around you. If it feels constrictive at all, just tell it to become bigger and allow more space for the present moment, more space for your body and your energy field to be in this present moment. Knowing that this is a process that you can use any time during the day. If you're working on something and you're feeling frazzled, just let the past and the present go, or the past and the future go, and all the thinking about it all, and come into the present moment and then do what you're guided to do. So it's a beautiful process to use. Beautiful. So calling in our circle. Calling upon all of those who love us unconditionally to gather here together with us in the Sophia Temple. Just imagining how it would be if we were all physically together, knowing that we are energetically joined here, joined with our sisters, those who are present, those who are here energetically. We are all one. Feeling ourselves, again, mentioned yesterday, I just always see us sitting cross-legged in front of a bonfire. And I smile to the right at all of you and to the left at others and across the way to those who are there. Calling in the guides who love us unconditionally, Archangel Michael, Joan of Arc, who we'll work specifically with today. Sophia, my guides are here. And inviting you to call in your specific guides, those you love to work with. As long as they love you unconditionally, they are welcome in our temple circle. You can feel the energy of the circle grow as we invite them in. Spirit guides and energies that we work with, they wait for our invitation. That's that free will stuff. Some of us have learned to just have an open invitation. So our guides are free to come and go as they please. It's a work in progress. Just feeling this Capricornian energy, the leadership energy. Seeing this energy in whatever way, you may see it as the ram of the Capricorn. You may see it, which I'm visualizing it as the pictures we have here in this generation, Father Time. So a wise elder in robes. The leadership that Capricorn is calling us to is self-leadership. It is taking back your power, dropping the cloak of victimhood anywhere we still carry it. There is no time for being a victim. Nobody's got time for that. And that's what this energy is calling us to stand tall, to stand in our own power. Beautiful. Allowing enough of yourself to come from the campfire back into the room where you're sitting so that you can fully participate. Leaving as much energy as you want to there to continue to be blessed and loved on. Welcome. Welcome to the dark moon in Capricorn circle. As we begin today, I do want to mention some about Vision Quest. I know we have some new folks with us. Yay! So exciting. And I have the dates. You have the full schedule. You've got it in a couple places, but I went ahead and put up the dates. It'll take us through January, noting especially that the session on Saturday, how convenient it was Saturday, December the 31st, that one will not be one of our honorings of the moon. So what we will be doing that day is our farewell to 2022 and our welcome to 2023. And we will be doing a project to honor this past year. And yes, there are things to honor. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but there are. We're going to dig them out. If you've already started looking at your guidebook, you notice there are a lot of things in there. What are we celebrating? So my intention is we have this. Yeah, we got a lot to do before Sunday, most of us. But if you're anything like me, about somewhere right after lunch on Sunday, it's like, oh, okay, it's over. All the stuff I've been preparing for is over. And it kind of becomes this quiet lull before the first. So that's going to give us this opportunity to work through our book as it feels good, to pay attention to the playing of the matrix that's coming, and all of those pieces before we meet on the 31st for the farewell. And then we won't meet again until the 6th. So something else I wanted to share. To prepare for the 31st, you do want to begin allowing yourself to find fun images. And so I just flip through, I love magazines. I'm flipping through the magazines. Again, I got down here. You can use Pinterest, you can use Google, you can use whatever you want. Part of the thing with using Google, we are never ever advised to take a Google image and put it in print anywhere because it's copyrighted to someone. But if we're using it for our own personal use, even if you want to post it in our group, that's fine. So you can feel free to use Google Images. Just don't plan on publishing it anywhere. I just flip through magazines and look for things that pop for me about how I'm feeling about letting 2022 go. I'll be honest with you. Those of you who are here, you know, you've seen it more than once. I usually end up with some kind of bonfire. And so whatever draws you. As you're looking for those pictures, I'm going to invite you. This will not be our official vision board or anything like that, but also allow yourself to have pictures, words, anything that you feel like, oh, that intrigues me, even if you don't know why, about how you want to feel and who you want to be in 2023. My favorite story of that is, I can't even remember how many years ago it was. I ran across a picture of a table, and it was obviously an art table. And the Louisa May Alcott quote of, "I just love words." And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know why. I still have goosebumps to this day. I put it on the board for that year. And that was the year I started Lean Toward Happy magazine. Now we're not publishing it anymore, but we published it for 5 years. And I had no thought about doing anything like that. But I saw that image of, I just love words, and I had to have it. So that's what I'm looking for. And we don't have to, again, I have goosebumps. We don't have to make anything mean anything. But I'm just going to invite you to go ahead and start pulling some words together and some pictures so that you'll have that ready for the 31st. Now, the most important part of all of this is you start sitting around and imagining your celebrations from 2022. You're going to also, because this is just how we work, you're going to also come, yeah, but I didn't do whatever. Yeah, but whatever. That stuff's going to come up, and it has to come up because it's coming up to be cleared away. Part of you will see in there is a place for you to list all the projects that aren't complete yet. All the courses you bought and haven't finished yet. All the alls that aren't done yet. Yes, we're going to make these ginormous lists. And all of that can bring up these feelings. So that is why you have the dance journal. If you're not familiar with it, under the very first section of the Vision Quest is the download link to get it, and also a little video for how to use it. And so I remind you when I give you prompts. So each section will have a set of prompts that will probably, like, oh, when I think about all the stuff I haven't done, I feel. So it's going to help you with that. But you want to do that to clear all that energy out, because if you don't, you will end up feeling so bad that you're just going to shut the book on this and never go forward with it. And that would be a shame. Now, again, like I said yesterday, only do the pieces that feel good. If you're like, oh, if I make a list of all the things I haven't completed this year, They don't do it. So only do the pieces that feel good, but allow them also to tease out all these places where you are fussing at yourself. You're doing it anyway. You might as well get it on paper and clear it out. So that's the points that I have around the temple. So now we're going to move into our dark moon. So this is the final new moon of 2022. So we began 2022 back in January with a new moon in Capricorn. Because of the way it falls, a lot of times there's 13 in a year. So now we're ending in the same sign. And the Capricorn energy is indicative. It explains, if you will, all about 2022. We've had a lot of work to do, a lot of taking responsibility and stepping into leadership and out of victimhood. Sophia mentioned that today during the opening circle. That's what we've been doing, is doing Capricorn, working, taking responsibility, stepping into leadership. So this new moon takes this all even deeper, because we're in dark moon today. And for those of you who are new, dark moon is the day before, the day of, and the day after the new moon. So tomorrow, when the new moon is exact, it's on December 23rd, which activates the royal star of the lion energy ahead of 2023. And that we will have that energy with us all year long. So the energy that we're experiencing right now is going to carry over into the whole year of 2023. 23, the royal star of the lion, is the most powerful number in numerology. As the lion is the king of the animal kingdom, 23 represents leadership and strength, courage, and confidence, and flexibility to navigate any shift that comes your way. That is important, because as you're going to see when you get your transit pieces, another number in this whole 23 year is 5, and 5 heralds changes. So as we are all living witness, there are changes every single day. Well, this energy helps us to be flexible and to navigate and to expand with these energies. Also, the time of the new moon, it's 5:17 here in the east, but no matter where you are in the world, it will be at 17 minutes of whatever hour it is. And 17 behind any number represents immortality. It reduces to 8, which is the other number of leadership, strength, abundance, overcoming obstacles. This is a hugely dynamic code. Add this to the number 1 that's activated by 1 degree in Capricorn. Now here's a really cool piece. Last month, Sagittarius new moon was at 1 degree. Now Capricorn is at 1 degree. So these 2 new moons are ending the year with the number 1 of new beginnings. And the next 3 new moons will all be at 1 degree as well, to start out 2023. So a total of 5 new moons are at 1 degree. Again, 5 is one of the numbers of the code for 2023. 23 reduces to 5. Fresh beginnings, new beginnings are here. They're being shown to us, and that we are able to handle it all, because 5 is the number of freedom. There are also 5 bodies. There's 4 planets and the sun, which is a star, all in Capricorn during this moon. The sun, the moon, Venus, Mercury, and Pluto. Another reinforcement of the 5 energy. Now, something else that's happening that is really awesome, and you'll have it in your book probably by the time the recordings for this go up. Your next section of the guidebook will be ready. And you'll see in there about Jupiter. Jupiter is one of the largest planets. It's an incredibly slow planet. And it is beginning a new 12-month cycle as it arrives at 00 degrees Aries during this moon. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so it's going to take it 12 years to go through the entire zodiac. So in your guidebook, you're going to be able to pinpoint where this will affect you most strongly by identifying the house from your birth chart. It'll be listed in there for you. Now, Jupiter governs joy and trust, optimism, growth, and abundance. So we're going to enjoy expansive, fresh starts and a deep sense of trust in Source, and just go with the flow. Jupiter's powerful connection to the solstice and the new moon give you this energy of faith, faith that truly all is well. So now let's look at where is the energy, speaking of houses, where is the energy of this new moon activating which part of your life? So what we use for this is either your star sign, which is your sun sign, or your rising sign, if you know what that is. So if either of those, your star or your rising sign, is in Aries, then this new moon is activating your 10th house. Taurus is the 9th, Gemini the 8th, Cancer the 7th, Leo the 6th, Virgo the 5th, Libra the 4th, Scorpio the 3rd, Sagittarius the 2nd, Capricorn the 1st, Aquarius the 12th, and Pisces the 11th. And in this upcoming Vision Quest guidebook, there will be a sheet that gives you a brief description of what areas of your life each of these houses responds to. So you'll have that later today. Now, what we also work with here in the moons is we work with the I Ching gates. And you can see the gate here, an image that is a representation of the gate. It's the little purple picture there. The I Ching is the ancient Chinese astrology. And at the dark moon, because the sun and the moon are together, they only activate one gate. And the gate they're activating is gate 10, self-love. So these activations are energy fields. And as with all energy, there's a spectrum. So we use the terms here, challenge, mastery, and unawareness. And if you imagine it as a line, challenge would be in the middle. So you're moving away from being unaware, just bumbling through life, if you will, with this energy, moving into becoming more masterful with it. And then the mastery of it is when you're really using the energy in its full power. So the challenge of the self-love gate is to learn to love yourself, to learn to take responsibility for your own creations. The mastery of this gate is to see your love for yourself as the source of your true creative power. Now, the unaware side, we have all been there, is to question your lovability, to struggle to prove your love worthiness, to give up and settle for less than what you deserve, and to blame others for your circumstances and situations. This is also where victim consciousness lives. It's always so intriguing to me. And of course they match because this is this energy. The Capricorn energy is the leadership, the self-love, the self-being whole. And the shadow of that is the victim consciousness. And we see that laying out here in the gate information. So we have an EFT for our gate. Even though I struggle with loving myself, I now choose to be open to discovering how to love myself anyway, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And these, the EFT setups and the affirmation we'll have in a moment, these all come from Karen Curry Parker's work, and I honor her for that. If you would like for your personal use to make a screenshot so that you have this, you can use it as a mantra, you can use it as a tapping. So our affirmation for this gate is, I am an individuated aspect of the divine. I am born of love. My nature is to love and to be loved. I am in the full flow of giving and receiving love. I know that the quality of love that I have for myself sets the direction for what I attract into my life. I am constantly increasing the quality of love I experience and sharing it with the world. A deep breath in. Beautiful. I'm going to stop the recording at this time and restart it for our activation.